In January 2025, the United States quietly drew a line around India. Not around its borders, around its intelligence. A new American rule sorted the world into tiers. India landed in the second one. And that tier came with a ceiling. The entire country, 1 billion plus people, capped at roughly 50,000 of NVIDIA's top AI chips, total, through 2027. Let that land. A foreign government decided how much artificial intelligence India was allowed to own. That's not a hypothesis. That was law, signed and dated. And while everyone was busy panicking about it, one Indian company had already seen this coming 2 years earlier. Its name is Sarvam. Most people have never heard of it. By the end of this video, you won't forget it. Go back to 2023. One of the men who built the technology behind Aadhaar, the identity system 1 billion Indians use every single day, walks away and starts something new. Not an app, not a startup chasing a trend, a bet that India's intelligence cannot live on someone else's servers. For a while, almost nobody noticed. Then the government did. Then came yesterday. At Epoch 2026, Sarvam pulled the cover off its biggest move yet, a new platform called Epoch Builder. 2 fresh models, 7 billion and 70 billion parameters, trained on 2 trillion words of text. But the real bombshell wasn't the model, it was where it runs. India-hosted inference. Translation, the AI now lives on Indian servers, on Indian soil. Your data never leaves the country. It can't be capped. It can't be switched off from Washington. And here's what that actually costs. Sarvam's own numbers. Their 105B model runs at 80 cents per million tokens. OpenAI's comparable model, GPT 5.4 Mini, costs $4.50. Google's Gemini 3.5 Flash costs $9. That's 5 to 11 times cheaper, and this time, it's not a discount war, it's the baseline price. And they didn't stop at a demo. Sarvam signed partnerships with the IITs and 2 state governments. This is walking straight into classrooms and public services. Here's exactly where it stands today. It goes into private preview this month, August 2026, with the full public launch planned for the end of the year. So this isn't finished. It's the starting gun, not the finish line. And that matters for what comes next. Now, the part the hype channels will bury. This isn't Sarvam's first attempt, and the first one wasn't clean. Their earlier model was stacked on top of Mistral, a French company's base architecture fine-tuned with Indian data. Critics had a word for that, a wrapper. And honestly, they had a point. So Sarvam went back and did it again, from zero. No foreign base, no fine-tuning shortcut. Trained from scratch on Indian infrastructure. That's what shipped this year. That's the model in this story. But that take misses everything. India was never chasing a benchmark. Go back to that January rule. The threat was never, America's model is smarter. The threat was, America decides how much you're allowed to have. And you cannot throttle what a country builds for itself. That's the whole game. Not the smartest AI, the one nobody in a foreign capital can put a ceiling on. And the quietest line in this story is the loudest. These models, running at home, inside Indian banks, hospitals, government systems, that's not the flashy part. That's the part that decides who's actually holding the controls. And India just took them back. So forget, can India outmuscle Silicon Valley? Wrong question. Here's the real one. When one foreign signature can shackle your country's intelligence overnight, do you keep renting the brain that runs your nation? Or do you build your own and rip the ceiling off? India already answered. And this is just the first move. I'm tracking this race all the way. The real wins, the honest gaps, zero hype. Subscribe if that's the version you want. So tell me, if a foreign government can limit your country's intelligence with one signature, is sovereign AI a real defense or just a headline until the next rule gets written? Settle it below.